Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to our new episode of He Said, a look at the world from a seasoned Black man's perspective. I'm your host, Alvin King, and welcome to our second anniversary show, ladies and gentlemen. And and we are live right here in the city of brotherly love, ladies and gentlemen, Philadelphia, PA. And we are all here together in one room at the beautiful Akwaaba Bed and Breakfast Inn right here in Philadelphia. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our anniversary show. And you know what? You know what? I don't even want to belabor this. We have a live studio audience, you all. And I mean, they are so pumped up. And I want to thank everybody right now for coming out and joining us tonight. And we're going to thank a lot of people tonight. But tonight, some people right here in Philadelphia, some friends, I'm going to name them later on. And we have the gentleman actually who put the idea in my head to meet my co-host who I'm just meeting tonight after 3 years of working on this show. Vash Boddie is right here in the house. So if I could have our producer right now, can you put everybody on the screen? Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Okay. Hey, Bobby. Hey, Vash.
It's so weird. It's like, we're here.
Don't let the trick camera fool you. We are right here, ladies and gentlemen, again at the beautiful Akwaaba Bed and Breakfast. How about that, guys? How about that?
Very exciting. It's very exciting. And particularly given the fact that the owner of the Akwaaba, Monique Greenwood, is a very personal friend and a former guest of our show.
Yes. Oh, wait a minute. The viewers are up in here. You know what? I love y'all. Let me go ahead and give a shout out. First of all, Rodney Elliott is up in here. He is actually here, but he went on to say hello, ladies and gentlemen. Tammy is here. Hey, Tammy. Brent Hill. Brent Hill is my Philadelphia Freedom best buddy. I'm good. Thank you, Brent, for being here. Who else do we have up in here?
Brent was like, whoop, whoop. Monica's here.
Monica is here. Okay, see, I can't scroll. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand. This is a live show, our first live show, and we have worked out more kinks than some of you have in your hair. Believe me, we have worked it out. Okay. Okay. We have worked it out, and all to the blessing of just being able to be here, ladies and gentlemen, driving up from DC, to see Vash. And Bobby drove up from DC tonight. It's just a blessing that we're here with you all tonight. So thank you all for being here. Guys, we're gonna keep it as authentic and give y'all some special surprises. We're gonna keep it, like we normally do. So if y'all ready, can we get on with the chat?
Let's get the chat.
Let's go ahead. So I know many of you all have seen this on the news, but I want to talk about where the world is going, why everybody has to be so serious. You can't do anything without someone catching you off guard and making it headlines. And right now, I'm talking about Tiger Woods, ladies and gentlemen. And I got my cue card here because, again, we're a live show and my teleprompter is somewhere in DC. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it real with y'all. But Tiger Woods was out driving, playing golf with Justin Thomas last week, actually, and they were joking around about something that happened at the ninth hole, and they had a little boy on boy joke. So Tiger Woods slipped him a tampon. Can you see this right here? He slipped him a tampon, and somebody took a picture of it, and all of a sudden, Tiger Woods became a sexist.
How do we know that he's not a trans man who needed that?
Come on. Come on. Come on. Tiger, you know what?
Okay, you got that point.
Bing, bing, bing. You got that. But we can't even make a joke with our boys or with our girls anymore without someone taking it to another level that just doesn't exist.
Okay, Debbie down.
Come on.
First
Come on.
of all, you're Tiger Woods. People are taking pictures of you. You did not slip anything because it's all over the press. So his attempt to do a private joke failed miserably. And this is a man of a female child. Like it's just not funny. It's tasteless, and he should know better. He knows the eye is on him. He's Tiger Woods.
Wow. See, and Bobby, I totally see it in a different. I agree with
That's why
you.
we are called
He said, okay, right. You know, so I'm just gonna have to disagree with you. Yeah, he may have known that. You know, he was slipping someone a tampon, but at the end of the day, it was a personal joke.
That's why you wait till you get back to the clubhouse and then you slip them.
I'm so tired of hiding. No,
No,
you know.
it's not about hiding.
Come on.
To get tampons.
Tampons for you. You know,
Well,
stop
let me
it.
just
Stop
say,
it.
if we're walking down the street, do not slip me.
Well, you know, the paparazzi is on you these days. You can't even come over my house.
The thing is, if he had a tampon ready on the golf course in Simpleton, he had planned this joke.
Right,
Yes.
the joke.
Okay.
You know, whether it was a good joke or not, that is something that as we all become more woke, we have to be aware that you got to rethink your comedy because fart jokes just ain't cutting it anymore.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods is not a comedian. He's a golfer.
Well,
Yes.
right. Which does that take the light off of him?
No, he has the right
Making
to
a joke?
but he also has to understand he is in the public eye. And that was it's just I thought it was tasteless and he should have known that.
He should just come out and play golf and go home.
I'm not gonna
talk
say-
about women
Okay.
menstruating. That's what I need.
Well, he ain't said. Okay, see, you know what? Ladies and gentlemen, we got a couple of more. We got a couple of more people who have joined us, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Michi, how you doing? Hey, Sean from North Carolina, thank you for joining us tonight. You know, one of the big perks about our anniversary show, we get a chance to hear from some of our viewers and our guests who have been on the show. So we're going to be running some clips in between segments. So tonight, we want to, first of all, acknowledge one of our first clips that we have tonight. One of our guests who's been on the show, Mr. Rudy Miles.
Hello, I am Rudy Miles, Beauty by Rudy, and I was on the episode of He Said, in which we talked about winterizing the skin. As a makeup artist and esthetician, it's one of my favorite topics. Gentlemen, congratulations on 2 amazing years doing what you do, and thank you for keeping the conversations interesting, relevant, and grown.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, again, I didn't know you all weren't seeing me, okay? Because you know, like I said, all of our normal cameramen are home tonight. So we did I say mims? Mims. They're mims. They are home. But no, thank you, Rudy, for sending that congratulatory note and video into us. We really appreciate you. You keep our skin aglow, and for that, we love Beauty by Rudy. Okay.
Thank you, Rudy. Thank you so much.
I love that he tells us that we keep our conversations growing. It's so hard to fight the urge to look it up.
Yeah.
But yes, we do try to keep conversations.
If you all were here, you all would see the Emmy that he's getting tonight for that comment, okay? But since you all are not here, only Rodney and our other special guest, Douglas, and our other special guest, you all will see that moment. But also, another moment where I thought, okay, I think people being sensitive to things have gone to a new level. Can we talk about Don Lemon's comment about Mickey Haley, saying that, you know, he said that 51-year-old Mickey Haley was not in her prime. She made the comment about, you know, actually comparing herself to 20s and 30-year-olds and maybe 40 years old. And he was like, well, wait a minute, hold up. You're not in your, Mickey Haley's 51 years old. She's not in her prime. And 2 of his colleagues, actually, Poppy Harlow and Caitlin Collins, they didn't appreciate that and they took it to a new level. Don Lemon was actually put on a suspension and went to, what do you call it? He went to a training on how to be sensitive to women.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And he came back and now he's gone again. Do you think Don Lemon went too far?
Bobby, you want to start?
Again, I will say that I do believe that as we evolve as a society and people are able to identify in different ways and so forth, there's a lot going on. I do believe that there are times when people become very sensitive about it. but I also believe that when you know better, you must do better.
Mm.
Don Lemon is a seasoned journalist. He should have known better than to refer to a woman in her 50s and just saying like she's not in her prime. We don't treat men the same way when it comes to those types of things. Our current president is the oldest president in the history of our nation, and there are some who believe he is indeed too old, and there are statements about that. But when he was like in his 50s, no one would have ever said to him that he wasn't in his prime. They wouldn't have done it. He knew he should have known that.
I agree. I mean, I watched the clip and I was just like, why is he talking? Why is he still talking? Like,
Shut
I mean,
up.
it was just
Shut your
painful
mouth.
to
Yes.
think that someone would think that it would be okay to say that to two women who were not that much younger than Nikki. I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking, but yeah, he definitely needs something has happened to him, and someone needed to have an intervention. I think that's what they were trying to do.
What I do fear, though, is that there is still, I think that Don Lemon has, for some, had a bit of a target on his back. I think the whole notion of the bromance that he shared with Chris Cuomo, and then Chris said something, and then Chris was let go. Don kind of stood up for him. I don't know. I worry that some of it may also be a move to waiting for the opportunity to move him along.
That he's doing to himself, because he did it to himself.
He did.
So,
sometimes when people are waiting to move you along, they just wait for you to. It's like there's the spider sitting there waiting, and when you make the mistake, there it is.
well, I mean, I don't mean to make a comparison. I'm going to keep it at Don Lemon, but I have to mention, did that happen? Tiffany Cross, was she a part of that? Was she, that whole notion or that whole attempt to move people along? Was she a part of that? Is that the same sort of thing? I don't see that happening to, and I'm going to be kind of general here, I don't see that happening to many of our Caucasian people on media.
I think that
I mean, in this industry.
I think that as with many aspects of life, the rules of the game can be very different for us as people of color. And I do believe that Tiffany Cross might have
Crossed the line.
But you guys, we have witnessed other people who have been let go because they have used they've made racially insensitive comments. We've watched people get let go for various reasons. The fact that he's a Black gay male who said, and this is stupid. Alma even said he should have known better.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't appreciate her candidacy either. I don't appreciate some of the things that she said. He could have gone at her a different way. But talking about her being in her prime, like what? Like 50 is 60 is the new 40 and 70 is the new 50. Like what is prime and who is he to determine that? And
the people overthink.
Okay. No, I get you all's point. First of all, let me just say that Don Lemon is my Diana Ross of he's my Diana Ross of media, of anchor people. Okay, I just adore Don Lemon. Okay, so Don Lemon, come on my show because I'm supporting you. But okay, but
his PR person tough.
Was tough.
He was over on CNN. I wonder if she's with him now.
She might, if she's in her prime, she may not be. Whoopi Goldberg, actually, if I may, she felt that Don Lemon didn't do anything out of character. She agreed. She agreed, and she has been on online where she has agreed to what he said, and she's like, well, Nikki Haley is not in her prime.
But then what about when Hillary Clinton ran? Hillary Clinton was much older than Nikki, and no one said anything about Hillary being out of her prime.
They were too focused on her being a female.
True.
Oh, so then again,
right.
That brings up another thing.
Right.
When females run for president, it's amazing the sexist things that come out about them to undermine their candidacy.
Absolutely.
And this was the first attack. I'm glad that we nipped it in the bud because
And
We need to have more female
conditioning. It's because the slams are not just from men; they're from women as well. I've heard women say, "I don't know if I want a female president because she could become too emotional. Like, how will she handle, an important or emergency situation?" And I'm sitting there looking at them going, like, "Did you actually say that?"
Yeah, right.
Would you say that about your daughter running for president, or would you be all for it?
Let me tell you, there's some women I would go into war with because they've been holding it down on so many levels. That would never be an issue. So.
Well, Don Lemon is, he's tried to apologize again, but like I said, right now he's being slammed. I don't know what tomorrow brings for him, but right now he's not on the air. He came back, I think, on Thursday, and then they took him off again. And today is Friday, and so I don't know where he stands. But Don Lemon, whatever you do,
You got a place in DC.
I love you, man. I love, but watch what you say. You got to keep stuff out. You can't just say anything. I don't care. You are Don Lemon, but you just can't do that.
For the record, I do appreciate Don Lemon. I do. I think that he's a good journalist. But.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, next to Donna Ross, he really is. Ladies and gentlemen, every week we have a main topic that we share with you, and we sometimes do that. A lot of times do that through the wonderful guests that we have had on the show. But tonight, Vash, Bobby, and I have decided that we wanted to take a different approach for our main topic, and we selected 3 words that we wanted to give you our perspectives on. And we met really hard about these 3 words because they all have different meanings for us. We see them differently. And the 3 words that we're going to share with you tonight, our perspectives with you tonight, are the words love, success, and freedom.
Before we go into those, do we have another video message?
Actually, no. I mean, we could, but I think, you know what? I think let's go ahead and run our next video presentation because Bosch is here with me and he's pinching me. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have had some wonderful guests who have also become wonderful viewers that have become our guests. And so if we can, let's go ahead and show the next clip from one of our special guests, Rodney Bryant.
Hi, I'm Rodney Bryant. I was a guest on He Said, He Said Live, Aging While Black, Men Over 50. Happy anniversary, guys. Keep the conversation going. Cheers.
Thank you, Rodney. And while we're here, we're going to show another one of our special guests who's been on the show. This woman is busy and out of all outdoors, but we love her with all of our heart. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Deborah, please.
Happy 2 years. Love you guys and God bless. Mwah.
I know she's watching. Hi, Dr. Deborah.
And see, Dr. Deborah, I love her because she has that hit it and quit it mentality. Okay, she comes on this show and she brings it every time she comes, ladies and gentlemen. And I just love it. And so, Deborah, thank you. Rodney, thank you for your kind words. So, Bobby, you want to kick it off this evening with your perspective on love?
Well, as I said earlier, and as was demonstrated by one of our earlier topics, the show is called He Said, He Said, He Said, and we don't always share the exact perspective on the topic or an issue, and I think that's what makes our show interesting. And when we thought about the whole notion of love, and particularly being that it's February and a time when love is focused on during the month of February, Valentine's Day and all that, I wanted us to think about what does love mean for each of us? How do we define it? Is it general? I personally feel that love is we as a society focus a lot on romantic love and almost define it as the only valuable form of love, when in fact there are so many variations of love. I've said on this show before, when we had a guest who was talking about his relationship with his father, that one of the greatest gifts I believe both of my parents gave me was the notion of never knowing what it was not like to be loved. I never knew a day without being loved. My parents showered me and my brother and my sister in love constantly. And I think that has had a very profound impact on my ability to define love in a very different way. I would love to be in romantic love. I did celebrate and enjoy a very long lasting romantic relationship with a great guy. But it doesn't complete me. It is an addition to who I am. And so I don't feel if I don't have that, I'm alone necessarily. I get that from my friends, I get that from my village. So I see love in a variety of ways.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And it's very interesting. First of all, I love the thing about your parents showering you guys with love. It warms my heart thinking about that. For me, whenever I think of love, I'm constantly reminded of how love is the power that guides the universe. And it is the thing that allows us to manifest the things that we want so much faster. So I'm constantly reminded that there needs to be love flowing through me at all times, regardless of what happens. We always have the choice to respond in joy or fear or hate or love. It's just a constant reminder that has to always be the place where the barometers turn to and set, regardless of the challenges. And there are challenges every day, especially these last couple of years, but it's just always that reminder. That's what that means to me.
Thank you, guys. Every time, first of all, on both of your perspectives, especially yours, Bobby, because I've been knowing you for a long time. And so I have seen how your parents love on you. And so I have seen that. But my perspective on love, and I've shared this with Bobby and Vash, I'm extremely transparent. It has happened in phases. I grew up, in a home that was, there was a lot of abuse on my mom, and so from my dad. And so my idea of love growing up until the age of when through a relationship I was reminded that you need help was my take on love was being hurt. And if you didn't hurt me, then you didn't love me. And so I had to go through a vast majority of my young life being in and out of relationships, platonic or, what do you call it? Intimate relationships. I had to go through that thinking that. But now that after I have gone through, all the therapy that I have gone through to be Alvin King, my perspective on love is that, and I had to write this down because I didn't want to mess this up. It is a deliberate act of valuing someone more than you value yourself. To me, love is the deliberate act of caring for and listening to others. And last, love for me is wanting others to succeed, to be happy and fulfilled. That's how I see love. And a lot of people always say I give good energy. And a lot of that comes from my perspective on love. So that is my perspective on love.
What a journey for you, Alvin, to go through a place where that is what love meant to you, to be where you are now.
I think it's also an extraordinary testament to you as a person. As you said, we've known each other for decades now. And, a lot of old folks would always say, thank God I don't look like what I've been through. And I just feel, the energy that you always share and give to others, Alvin, would never be assumed if people knew the story that you share with us about that. So I think it's a strong testimony of the work that you've done, the therapy that you've talked about. We on this show often talk about the value of knowing that there is no shame or stigma associated with asking for and seeking help from professional people who can help you move forward in your journey of life. And so kudos to you, brother, because it's you give an energy that does not reflect what you've been through.
Thank you. And I quickly, or just to end, I also want to give a shout out. I mentioned that someone had to tell me, you need help. And so I was blessed to be in a relationship with a man who looked at me in my face and said, brother, I can see that you need help. You are hurt. I'm going to love you, but you need to take care of you. And that was my introduction to therapy. So I want to give a shout out to Derek Jackson. Rest in peace, my brother. But he was the one who introduced me to finding Alvin. So thank you.
We need people like that. The people who will give you a mint and tell you that you need therapy.
Yeah. How about that? How about that? You know what? You know what? Wait a minute. That's time for the he said cup. Okay. That's some tea right there. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So yeah.
Comments on some of because our chat is going.
People have been like,
please.
Wishing us. I want to acknowledge my friend Shannon Williams, who is way out in California. So we are reaching a national audience tonight on our second anniversary, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Shannon. Thank you for tuning in.
Hey. Hi, Shannon. Hey.
Blake, who is here, has just said hello.
Right. Audience participation as well.
I'm gonna tell y'all about Blake. Okay. We got a lot of people.
David Benjamin Eccles. Hello, David. Thank you for tuning in. Alma is here, our sister who we love. Marlon has said hello. I think we said hello to Michi.
Yeah.
Hi, Sean.
Rose.
Yeah,
she said it's a wonderful definition of love.
Samuel.
And Tamara Coleman actually is someone that I knew back when I was much younger who has connected with Monique. And Monique called me and said, Alvin, I met a girlfriend of yours, Tamara. And so, Tamara, thank you for joining the show. I got tongue-tied a little bit because you are so awesome for joining the show tonight. I appreciate you. We're now connected via Facebook and we're going to catch up. But thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate you. And did we say Maurice Scott? Did we give him a shout? Okay.
Maurice.
All right.
He texted me earlier and said he was going to be on the show. So thanks for tuning in, bro. Hey, y'all.
Well, I think it's time for us to get another shout out from one of our faithful viewers. And I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to this one because this one is real good. So can we run our next on Mr. Robert Blue Beatty, one of our faithful viewers?
Hey, he said family. This is Robert Blue Beatty from Maryland, wishing you a happy second anniversary. Continue to do what you do. Relevant conversations, great interaction, and I look forward to many, many more years of growth. Happy second anniversary.
And Blue happens to be in the audience tonight. He happens to be in the audience tonight. He is. I'm telling you, to do a show like this, and we're gonna speak more on that. It takes having people in your corner. Okay, and he is one of the people who's in our corner. Every week. On time out. Okay, right. So our next word is success. And we wanted to get our perspective on success. Who wanna go first? Vash, you wanna do it?
I'm gonna take success. I mean, for me, success is like, it's one of those really truly nebulous, although very specific things. For me, as I have gotten older and more seasoned, for me, success is being happy with the choices that I make. We are all living our own experience. So to live and to create or to cook or to love authentically, to me now, is success. What do you guys think? What's success to you?
I kind of piggyback off of what you said, Vash. I'm looking at him, y'all, because he's sitting right here. I told y'all we're live. We're on the same show. But to me, I had to really think about this because success for me is about the differences that I've made in people's lives. And when I thought about it, you all know I've kept journals for years.
We have one.
And
we talk about those journals. We want to get a hold of those journals.
And through most of my journals, it journals like my different productions and people who I've met. And I've spent a lot of time, valuable time, encouraging people to be better than they are. And so to see the success in them, and I'm going to say this tonight, this vision of he said, I reached out to Vash after my friend Blake, who is sitting right here in the audience tonight, In 2017, I said, Blake, I want to do a show with 3 men, all the same age. He said, call my friend Vash. So I started trolling Vash's Facebook page and watching his actions. And in 2018, introduced the idea. And so here we are. I didn't make Vash. Vash is a very talented person, but I know that we have given enough to each other that have made this show what it is. And that to me is success. And so, and Bobby, you already know. You already know. So that's how I see success. For me, it's making a difference in someone else's life.
I share that. I do. I think for me, success is something that evolves. I think it is defined individually. My success would not be yours. But what I do believe is important is that each of us works to find their calling, whatever that calling is. It's like when you're going to college and you choose a major and your parents will say, well, what are you going to do with that? What kind of money are you going to make with that? Will you be happy doing that? Like finding whatever that calling is, allowing that thing to find you, I think is a part of your success. And for me, the other piece of it is the notion that kind of piggybacks on what you were saying, Alvin, in terms of what is the difference that you have left? What is your legacy? How is the world different because you exist? And I just feel like I once heard at a eulogy that on a tombstone, the date of your birth and the date of your transition are there. They are important to a certain degree. What is most important is the dash, because that signifies what you've done between the day that you were born and the day that you left this earth. So I believe that your dash, what are you doing with the dash? And who, when you take your last breath, you have that feeling. Who are the people that you have impacted to the degree that they will stop what they are doing to come and honor your life?
That's really interesting because I have been relatively obsessed since a young age of having some thing on the planet that resonates that I've been on the planet. I never really thought that would be what I would consider to be success, although I guess I must have because I've been obsessed with it.
Not success, obsessed.
Obsessed.
What?
Obsessed.
He was like, I've been obsessed.
I've been
obsessed about success. Okay.
Yeah, right. So I guess that is really true. Like I totally agree with you. It's both of you. It's like, how do you affect other people's lives? What have you done to create love? If we can just bring in that other word. And there are a couple of things that I'm super proud of that I've done that I know always continue to resonate love. And it's been a long, long time. So I love that.
Brian, he was saying that being happy with it said one level of success for me is being at peace with my life and my decisions without regret.
Right.
Amen.
That's exactly what I said. And we have to acknowledge the fact that our hostess with
Yes.
the hostess, Monique Greenwood, has commented. First of all, thank you, Monique, for allowing us to be in your amazing Akwaaba Inn here in Philadelphia.
Thank you.
You are a magician and a goddess for doing all that you've done for us. And we love you more than you will ever know. And I want you to remember me telling you this right now tonight.
And what Monique has said is that success is definitely subjective, or at least it should be. What rocks my world may feel like a rock in your shoe. Find the confidence to find it for yourself. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Another singer.
This woman whose comment I just read, as we've told you, she is the owner of this beautiful establishment, the Akwaaba Bed and Breakfast that we are in
Philadelphia.
But I'm telling you, I have known her for nearly 37 years, and she has always been the epitome of perfection. She's always known what she wanted, at least to me. I've always perceived she's known what she wanted and how she was going to get it. And I am just honored to just call her friend. Monique, thank you so much for your kind words.
Do we have a second?
Yeah.
If you guys don't mind, let's just do this. This is where we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are at the
Yes,
We are rocking
yes.
in. Come on, rocking
Yes.
in. Like, this is what this place looks like. We're in that room right now,
Okay.
right there. These are the rooms. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
It feels like you are in someone's home
Mm.
who has been waiting for your arrival and can't wait to show you the best of times. So if you have an opportunity to come to Philadelphia, one, look me up because I'm here, and then two, stay at the Akwaaba because my car now knows how to get you.
Okay.
So come on down to the Akwaaba Inn.
Treat yourself to the best, ladies and gentlemen. The Akwaaba Bed and Breakfast. Okay. You know,
And they are throughout the country.
That's-
not just here in Philadelphia. So
that-
look up that word, Akwaaba Bed.
and we're going to make sure that we put up her web address so that you all can do the homework yourself and check out her other establishments because they are incredible. Our last word that we're going to share with everyone tonight is freedom. Okay, and before we go into that word, before we share our perspectives, after we share our perspective, we're going to show another video clip from a wonderful, wonderful faithful viewer, ladies and gentlemen, but hear from some of our guests who are in the audience tonight. And so we've invited them to ask a question. Okay.
Who knows what?
And we don't know what they're going to ask because they're going to be on camera. We're going to put them on camera. We don't know who they're going to ask the question to or whatever. But I want you all to prepare yourselves because I might be a little flushed by the time we leave here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. But our last word is freedom. And can I take the can I go ahead and take that one right now?
Yes, please.
You know,
Unless you want to show another video.
nah, I want to go ahead and go ahead and talk because our next video clip is somebody very, very special too. And you know, they have a way with words, and so we want to make sure that we get that in. But freedom for me, actually, I've changed my whole perspective after freedom for me is like right now. I am living my life exactly the way I want to live it. I am doing the things that I want to do, and there are reasons for that. I have prepared for that. I have planned for that. And the things that I haven't planned for me, freedom is knowing that if they happen, that I'm aware and that I can, you know, I'm in the state of mind and the consciousness to deal with them. And so that I had just rearranged my whole perspective on freedom after sitting here tonight because I'm exactly where I want to be. And how many people can say that? Honestly, I can. So that's what freedom is for me, being exactly where I am, doing exactly what I want to do.
Lots of people want to be next to me.
Oh my God. And how many accomplished that?
What'd you say?
Woo! How many people have accomplished that?
Let me check my Venmo. You said what? Let me check my Venmo.
Oh, wow.
I'm a coach. I'm a coach. That's what I meant. Get your minds out of
Is that what you meant?
Yes, that's what I meant.
And so what was success to you again? I mean, freedom to you again. What was freedom to you again?
Am I there? Am I?
Go ahead and take it away. He's caught off guard. Okay.
Hey, let me get my thoughts together.
Oh, I can go. Sorry, look, you guys, I'm going deep.
You gonna go?
I'm going deep. You go.
Okay.
He's going deep.
All right. So first, I will say, when I thought about that word, when we said, okay, let's look at that. Initially, I thought it's kind of tricky. I'm a Black man in America. What does freedom really mean to me? And how do I define it? Do I define it for myself, or do I define it based upon the limitations that I believe being a Black man in America created for me? I am free, basically, to move between state to state. I can get a job pretty much, hopefully, pretty much anywhere I'm qualified to go. But then again, my skin may be a hindrance to that. That impacts my level of freedom. But I guess in the end, if I operate from a place of not allowing the circumstances around me to define that freedom, then I would say that my freedom is based upon my ability and my capacity to live my most authentic life. To be able to show up as I am unapologetically, and to be able to navigate the world without unnecessary hindrances.
I hear you loud and clear.
Bam.
Boom. Pass the plate.
I can't wait to be flipped back around because there's so many things I want to talk about. So, you guys know, I'm an intersex activist. And for me, freedom is being able to live in the body in which you were born. I was reading over the last couple of days, and I'm not sure if you guys know, but there's articles going around in like Men's Health and everything that are based on the 2018 article from the Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism that says that they're learning that the size of penises is growing or has been growing over the years. Now, as an intersex activist, I know that is related to CAH, which is congenital adrenal hyperplasia, which causes the penis or the clitoris to grow larger than what it's supposed to. Now, in XY babies, that's considered a good and great thing. But when that trait shows up in XX babies, those babies are typically subjected to clitorectomies, which is really just FGM, female genital mutilation, which we know is bad, but still happens on intersex children. So whenever I think of freedom, I immediately think to how and when will people be allowed to live in the bodies in which they are born and live the lives that they choose to live.
You said you were going to.
Wait a minute, hold on.
But I'm always talking about intersex issues. And,
I mean, you are.
No,
But you do it with authority, and you do it from a place of knowledge, and so
you educate.
You do.
And that is success.
And Lord knows, I was wondering where we were going.
And you're free to do it.
I was wondering where we were going. We were talking about things growing larger than I should have said.
Well, I mean,
buckled in.
The article went on to explain that chemicals and other things that are in our food and in the environment are causing these things to happen.
Yes.
But when we start talking about it, especially from congenital adrenal hyperplasia, we know that it means that things are firing differently in embryo and in vitro that are causing the bodies, to shape different. There's so much to that we need to take note of, especially considering all the stuff that's been going on in Palestine with the burning of all those chemicals. We're in a space where the human existence.
I just
Didn't
love.
You want to get that on the anniversary show, didn't you?
I just love this show. Okay. Again, it truly warms my heart to see a vision come to fruition of 3 beautiful, I can honestly say bold, Black, gay, seasoned men talking about it all.
You're the black bald Barbara Walters.
Oh, I want to be her, right? I want to be her. I want to be her. Okay,
you got cars and everything.
Barbara, I want to be her. But thank you all for sharing your perspective, on love, success, and freedom. We hope that you all have enjoyed that piece because, again, we were really working hard about how could we express our opinions on something that we felt meant something to everyone. And we hope that we were able to do that. So while our guests are getting ready, because they're lining up, they're lining up. While they're lining up to sit in the chair and ask us that first question, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a clip by someone who is very, very special to us, ladies and gentlemen. Can I introduce her?
Please. Does she need an introduction?
No.
She really doesn't. So go ahead and roll the clip.
He said, 2 years old? Oh, wow. Congratulations to my brothers from your sister show, Ask Alma. What a plan. What a journey. What a success. Your guests have taught me so much, and I'm all the better for it. If you want to learn, live authentically, and laugh out loud, I'd encourage everyone to tune in. Thank you for spreading the knowledge every week. I am truly a super fan. I am a super friend of Alvin, Vash, and Boddie. In my mind and in my heart, we're family forever. You guys feed me regularly, and I just can't get enough of it. I'm so grateful that I'm allowed to come into your space every Friday. Congratulations, cheers, big ups, all of that. I'm super proud of y'all and what you're doing. I congratulate you on 2 years, and I'm praying for many, many more, because I know the best is yet to come.
Thank you, Alma.
You know we love you.
We were just on her show on Tuesday,
This Tuesday.
spreading some joy.
It was an experience.
If you haven't seen it, check it out. Yes.
Ask Alma.
Every Tuesday night on NNPA, ladies and gentlemen, Ask Alma. You'll be glad you did. So, okay, so we have some of our guests who are going to ask some questions. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Our first guest.
My name is Kevin. I'm from DC. And I just want to say happy anniversary, Alvin. I have known you for 40 plus years, and everything that you have done, you know, it has come to more than fruition, and it has been successful for so many people, including myself. I've watched the show for the past 2 years, and it's really been an incredible show. It really has. And my question is, moving forward, what direction would you like the show to go, say, within the next year plus?
It's like we handed that question. And I just want to give a shout out. That's my road dog, Kevin. We've known each other since high school. He drove up to Philly with me. I wanted to thank you for being my road dog, my boy, forever.
Always.
Wow. Well, I'm going to go ahead and try to get this in terms of where I want the show to go. And this may sound like a cliche, but sky's the limit. The reason I started this show or felt like I had the vision to pursue this type of platform was because I didn't see it. And I still don't see it. And I'm not going to say what I see, but what I see is not what we project. And so moving forward, I hope that someone, AARP, come on, Visa, somebody, it could even be Netflix, that you see that there's an opportunity for this type of show or platform to exist. We want to hear from you. So thank you, Kevin. That was a great question. And I don't know if Boddie and Vash, you know, I know that we all share the same vision, but we have perspectives. And so they may have a different perspective on how they see the show evolving.
I definitely, well, first of all, thank you so much for watching us for 2 years. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, that's amazing. And I love that you watch, and I love that you're here. I love that you're a part of the family. I definitely see this show going to another platform where we can be seen by a wider audience. Not that we're not happy being with NNPA. I'm not saying that at all. But I definitely know that we want to be seen by a wider audience, because I think that the perspectives that we all bring, as you heard, just in the conversation about love, success, and freedom, we have different perspectives, all of which have resonated with each of you in different ways. And I think that in this time especially, we need more unity, we need more conversation, we need more acceptance, we need more love. And I think that that's what we bring. And I would like to take it to a much, much wider audience.
I'm the newbie to the team. That's really cool is like, I too have been watching the show for a while, and then to be invited to be part of the co-hosts was really special. So when I think to the future, I just want to echo what they're saying. You know, that like as our fearless leader, the creator of the show, Alvin says, you know, the sky's the limit. I think we want to be a space for folks who look like us, and that where we can be affirmed, but also educate others as well. So I just kind of echo what they say, and I'm glad to be a part of the team.
Can they have hair?
See, I'm not. Well, you know what? No, because
Only bald people.
Because our next question comes from someone who's follically challenged as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, can we have Douglas? How you doing?
Good evening. I am so honored and blessed to be here with you on your second anniversary. Now, I'm a man from the political science arena, and I just want to go back to one of the topics that you hit on earlier. About women being in their prime and not their prime and all those things. One, I wanted to know, what is your opinion of our Vice President Kamala Harris and why she's being treated the way she's being treated? And so that's the first part of that question. And two, do you think we will ever have another Black president to represent us?
Wow.
First of all, I want to say, all right, audience.
All right, come on now. Thank
I
you.
wish they would look at the camera.
Wait, okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I said his name, but tell us who you are again, please, and where you're from.
That would be you.
I'm here. I'm from Philadelphia. I'm Douglas Daniel, and I'm from Philadelphia. East Oak Lane in the house.
Thank you, Douglas. Well, you know, in depth, first of all, great question. In the sake of time, I'm going to say I don't know necessarily how Vice President Kamala Harris is being treated. I'm not quite sure that I can answer that question honestly. And the second part of your question as to whether or not will there be another Black president? I certainly hope so. If it can happen once, it can happen again.
I think that Kamala has really, and I'm quoting another person in saying this, that she has been put on a glass cliff. She's not been given enough to do. She's not been given enough exposure. I don't know what's happening, but it's not like she has been primed to run for president after this term. There's an expression that says you always train your successor, and I don't think that that's been happening for her. Why has that happened? I do not know. I just wish that she was getting more exposure and more opportunities to prove herself, because I know that she's super bright. I know that she's super dedicated, and I wish that there was a path for her to be in leadership in the future. I definitely think we'll have another Black president. I hope it's a Black woman. If it's not a gay Black man who's bald.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it quick. I'm just going to say it is not the first time in the history of this nation where we have not been able to figure out how to celebrate and uplift a strong Black woman.
Right.
It's just not the first time. And I believe that, let's not forget, she was running to be president. And so she is strong, opinionated, been cited to be sometimes challenging, as women often are when they know what they want and what they don't want. And I just think that there's been a struggle. That they have not. The first big issue they gave her was the border. We've been struggling with the border for how long? And they're going to give it to the first Black female president to do it. Like, it's a no-win situation. If it were that easy to solve, it would have been taken care of. So I just feel like, it's typical of America to struggle with what to do with her. And as was said earlier, like, I've seen no indication of them priming her into that. She's not the heir apparent, because she's just not, she's got it all these years. People would say, like, what is she doing? I know she's doing things. I know people who work directly for her. She's busy, but it's not being promoted in a way that suggests that she would be the heir apparent.
Well, I'm also going to say, let me add this caveat to my answer to Douglas's question about I don't know how they're treating her. I don't know of any vice presidents that I can remember that stood out.
You can't get too much press
For me. Okay, you can't outshine the president. So I'm just going to leave it. And so if the argument or the conversation around this is because she's a Black woman and the first Black woman in this position, I'm ready to have a different conversation. But as far as the vice presidents go, I don't know of many that stand out. So that's so yeah, I wanted to add that caveat. So yeah, okay. So but we have one more viewer. I'm sorry, one more guest, studio audience that wants to ask the question, and here he is.
Hello, folks.
Hey, who are you?
My name is Rodney from Philly, West Oak Lane section of the city. I don't really have a question, but I have a comment about the show. One thing I could tell you about the show is when I watch it, I leave the show feeling a little bit smarter. And you guys make me think about things I hadn't thought about before. What Alvin, you shared tonight, and I've known Alvin for a very long time. He's always been an amazing man. He's always been very beautiful physically, but also internally. And his production work is just amazing. Like everything he touches is going to be phenomenal. It's top notch. But I got to meet Vash tonight for the first time, and it was a really great meeting him. And I look forward to maybe seeing you soon, since we don't live far from each other. But Bobby, go ahead. Yeah, I'm coming over, man. I'm telling you, man. But Bobby, I want to say to you, you are my brother. We've known each other for just about 30 years, and I'm only 32.
And that makes me look a little shady.
And I'm actually
tell your story.
I'm actually the only one in the room that has hair, so I feel like
actually one of our viewers have pointed that out. Okay.
Maurice. Yeah.
No, but the folks who went ahead of me, they had amazing questions, and I just feel like I'd just be rambling if I were to ask another question. But I just want to say I wish you guys much success, and this is going to be amazing. It's going to blow up. I have no doubt. So I'm happy to be here, and thank you for coming to Philadelphia. We welcome you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rodney. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is, excuse me, I'm sorry, Bobby, it is our anniversary show, and so we're going to run over about 5 or 10 minutes because we have a couple of more some more information to share with you, and a little bit more show. Like I said, it has been wonderful getting to this point in 2 years, let alone today. So we don't want to let you go right now. So we have had some incredible guests on this show. We have had authors, we have had singers, we have had dancers, we have had Broadway, we've had models, we have also had Grammy nominated folks on this show, ladies and gentlemen. So can we run this clip from one of our favorites?
What's up? It's a Sunday evening, giving a shout out from Brooklyn, New York, to the team of He Said, wishing you guys a happy second anniversary. What a joy and a pleasure it was chopping it up and chewing the fat with you about life, music, and the pursuit of happiness during the pandemic. I really remember this interview well. It was joyful, it was inspirational, it was informational, and it just made my heart full. I wish you the best of success and health, and to many, many more wonderful interviews as your brand continues to expand. God bless and take care. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could play the sound of a screeching car, I would do it right now. Okay, I promise you I would do it, because I need to make a correction. He is not only Gordon Chambers is not only Grammy nominated. He is a Grammy award winning songwriter, ladies and gentlemen. He wrote Anita Baker's I Apologize. Okay. And Brownstone. So I wanted to make sure that, I put some black rubber on the street and came to a screeching halt to let you know this man is phenomenal. And he, thank you, Gordon, for, sending in a congratulatory note to us. We really appreciate it. And, guys, before we close, can we run our last video and then, And or do you want to go ahead and put some perspective? You know what? No, like I said, y'all,
We're gonna do this.
we're gonna do this. Before we leave tonight, now Kevin has already, one of our guests, he's already asked the question, but we're gonna give it to you in another way. We're going to just, quickly tell you what doing this show has meant to us. And we're going to do that hopefully in about 2 minutes. 2 minutes, can we do that?
Yeah.
So, okay, can we start with who want to? Go ahead, Bob. No, let the newbie go. Let the newbie go. Let him go. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I ain't gonna.
Because you didn't get to do it last year.
The hazing is endless. No. I will say what this show means for me, again, it's about creating a space where we are affirmed. Alvin said we didn't see this. There's no space, and obviously I've said before on the show that, I believe that the gay culture can sometimes be very much wrapped up into a very physical, youthful kind of thing. And so, like, once you reach a certain age, you're like kind of tossed aside, wanting to be somebody's sugar daddy, all those things. And this show created a space where we are celebrated, where we uplift one another, we educate one another, we challenge one another, and we love on one another. And so I'm just very honored and excited to be a part of creating that space that brothers and sisters can turn on a Friday evening and just have some, that we, as hopefully, as Rodney said, leave you with something to think about, but also something to laugh about and celebrate.
Did he say wanting to be someone's sugar daddy?
He did.
I just wanted to make sure that I heard
He
that.
did.
I do not.
Well,
Anybody who knows me knows that is not my
what you
ministry.
Well, if you don't mind, I'll go next, and I want someone to make their way over to our studio audience chair, and his initials are BK. So
he's like, oh Lord, he said it over.
Come on, go.
While that happens,
Going
I
on
just
over
wanna
there.
say that what this show has meant to me is the importance and the power of the people that you surround yourselves with. As Alvin mentioned before, this collaboration would not have happened without our friend Blake Kimbrough suggesting that we get together. Because Alvin said that, he was mentioning that he wanted to do a show, and Blake said, oh, you should talk to my friend Vash. But Blake said a similar thing to me, because I was saying, I really want to get out of just doing what I'm doing with LGBTQI radio and really get into something that felt like it had more grounding in who I was as a person. And Blake said, oh, you should talk to my friend Alvin King. And he showed me some of Alvin's videos. And I was like, well, what else is he doing? Like, what's going on? And he's like, look, just get in touch with him. And so I, too, had started looking at Alvin and seeing what he was doing and investigating what he was doing and how he was showing up for the LGBTQIA+ community. And it's all because of Blake. And I'm so happy that you have shown up today to our second anniversary to really just be the cement, the cornerstone, the light, the jewel that you are. And I just love you so much.
And ball.
So Alvin worked at the USA Today building when I first moved to DC, and I worked for an aerospace firm. And to see this voluptuous man in a three-piece suit and a bow tie every day in an otherwise sterile environment was quite inspiring. And I think that what life teaches you is that if you put yourself somewhere, things will happen, but you have to go there.
Yes.
So I think Alvin, it was very nice, encouraged me to participate in some of his things, and he has played tricks on me. God knows he's played tricks on me. He's showing up in a mandarin orange peel outfit at an embassy event because I was told it was a costume party, but that's for another story, another day. But I think this space that they've created is truly, it is amazing. And I think learning and reaching out to say that we're not a monolithic community, there are a wide variety of voices, because usually each one of us is the only one of us in a lot of environments. And the fact that we can come together as a family and show people that you don't even begin to know us. We're still discovering ourselves. And we will have the best contributions because we've been marginalized, but we have survived. And that was great inspiration that Alvin's always showed me, and I continue to be inspired by to this very day through the show and their other efforts that they do. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Blake. Thank you. Thank you, Blake, for many things. What this show has meant to me, in a word, everything. I use what the downtime from COVID entering our lives and shutting us down to create something that would give us or build us up or give us, another outlook on anything and everything that we do. And I'm very strategic about everything that I do. I will tell you that, even to the point of calling Bobby and having him be on a panel of 4 other men, knowing that I was interviewing him for to be one of the third on this show. But again, the show means everything to me. And for the sake of time, we don't have that much time to tell you how much it means. But I am honored to have Vash, who has been with me since the beginning. And if you've watched this in the beginning, you've seen a series of co-hosts come through, loving co-hosts, but all in the same vein, they have come through. And Vash has been here and have, nurtured my vision, and I've learned so much from him. And Bobby is just a gem to have on this show. And so thank you. He's touching me and I don't like it. Get out of here. But I'm going to end right now. But everything, it means everything to have this platform. And I cannot thank the NNPA enough for allowing us to be on this platform, because we are showing up every week and we're showing out every week. And I hope that the NNPA knows that we are so grateful once again to have this opportunity. So thank you so much.
We did have one other thing we wanted to do. I just want to make sure we didn't forget.
What was that?
There was one person that we said we wanted to make sure that we thanked. We had a lot of people.
But I wasn't going to do that yet. But you know what? Because the stage is yours. Because you have part of this stage. Go ahead. Who do we want to thank, Bobby?
He's like the Oz of this show. Like, he's behind the camera. He's making sure he's chatting with us, saying us like, move your camera, stop moving. You're making too much noise with your microphone. He will put up a picture of us that we don't want to see. Norman, if that picture comes up, I'm not going to be happy with it. But anyway, we want to thank Norman.
What picture is that?
We want to thank Norman, our producer, for all of the work that he does behind the scenes to make sure that the show runs as it does each week.
Yes, and I called Norman 3 years ago, about 2.5 years ago, and asked him, can you teach me how to do StreamYard? And I told him what my vision was. He said, well, let me produce it. And here we are. I called him to learn, to get help on how to do something, and he took it over. So Norman, we love you, man. Thank you for everything. And your daughter, Courtney, is now helping you produce.
Can we go deeper in Norman's story?
Go deeper.
Not many people know this, but at the time that Alvin was looking to do this show, and Norman was like, hey, let me produce it. Norman went to the hospital, very, very sick. Mm-hmm. And he told us this. He said that one of the things that was a driving force to his healing was knowing that he needed to produce this show, that this message, these voices needed to be heard. And as soon as he got out of the hospital, we went on the air 2 years ago on February 26th.
We did.
So there is an anointing to this process. Amen. There's an anointing to this team. And I love each of you. If I don't tell you enough, I do. I love you, and I love the fact that I get to see you every Friday. I love that we get to joke around and educate and inform and inspire each other, as well as those people who tune in. I just cherished all of it.
Norman, I wish you all could have seen today when we were actually all in the same space for the first time, with the hugs and just celebration of just sharing this space, because people just could not believe that we had not all been together.
Yeah, that's the first time. First time.
Well, my lace front was loose, so I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. But You know, like what? Thank you, Sean. Sean says a great show. Warmest congratulations on your second anniversary. We appreciate you too, brother. We have one more guest before we let you go. One more video clip of someone who brings the energy, ladies and gentlemen. Her name is Silver Logan Sharp, and we love her and her mom dearly. Can we run the clip?
Wow. Congratulations. It's already been 2 whole years. Oh my goodness. My name is Silver Logan Sharp, and I can't thank you enough for having me as a guest on He Said, He Said, He Said. We had a ball. Here's to many, many, many more years and episodes. Thank you for your platform, and thank you for all that you do. God bless you. 2 years? Okay, I'm ready for the next season.
Thank you, Silver. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who have joined the show tonight. Thank you for our studio audience who have come in to be with us live on this unprecedented moment. Thank you to, I'm going to say, Kevin, who drove up with us today. Thank you to Blake, who drove in today to help us put this show together. We do appreciate you. Thank you to Monique Greenwood for giving us this beautiful establishment to host our event tonight. And I would be remiss if I didn't leave you with what we always do every week, our words of the week, which are now being presented by my boy, Boddie. Okay? If you look back only at your mistakes, you think you were an idiot. If you look back only at your wiser choices, you think you were infallible. But if you look back on everything, you realize you're a human being who has been through a lot, growing a lot, is always still learning and improving as time goes by. And that was a quote by Do Zantamana. Thank you, Bobby, for providing that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on our second anniversary episode of He Said, He Said, He Said. We love you. Please tune in, tell a friend, and let me say hi to Sam, to Derwin. I didn't say hi to you all when you all came on. Did I say hi to Rodney? I just want to make sure that you know that we love you guys and we really appreciate you all, sticking with us. So until we see you again, take care of yourself, and we'll see you on the next episode of. Y'all saw. Okay. We'll see you guys on the next episode of He Said.
He said.
Good night. Be safe out there.
Thank you, audience. Oh.